How you doing, YouTube? Matt, Massive Beer Reviews, back with yet another review, little outdoor jams. Gose time. In the form of New Park Brewing, this is Don Gato. This comes courtesy my boy Steve. He dropped off a bunch of beers when came back from the old Vermont trip. And I'm kind of pumped to give this a whirl because I don't think I've had like a base Gose from New Park yet. It's been a lot of the kind of Berliner, like the blender series. So, yeah, hazy, you know, not typical kind of haze for a soft kind of Gose jam. Not much of a head, not going to get much anyway, considering it's like a kettle sour. So, yeah, she looks the part. Let's get a nose. Man, that is pineapple and like passion fruit. What is in this? Yeah, it says just Gose style ale, 4.8%. I'm getting like pineapple and passion fruit from this. Very big. Nice and rich. There's a nice sweetness to it, but it's coming off kind of like a Luden's lemon cough drop. If that makes any sense, with a little bit of passion fruit and a little bit of kind of little like pineapple grapefruity thing going on there. So soft sweetness, a little bit of soft tartness, that Luden's grapefruit kind of Luden's cough drop, lemon cough drop, I should say, kind of thing going on. Let's dive in. Cheers. Oh, that's nice. It's not. It's just barely tart. Not even sour. There's a nice soft kind of graininess to it. Again, that malt graininess coming through. It actually has a really nice mouthfeel. One of the things with a lot of Goses, they tend to come off a little bit kind of soft in the mouthfeel front. This one has this nice kind of soft density to it, so it's a little bit elevated beyond your typical Gose. And that kind of passion fruit, pineapple, grapefruity kind of thing I was talking about, the lemon Luden's cough drop thing, is still there, but it's a bit more muted than you would expect based off the nose. Not necessarily a bad thing either. It kind of works. It ends up being a little bit more drinkable. It's still impactful. It still has a nice kind of taste to it, but man, this is chugger. I mean, we're sitting outside. It's 80 degrees out. This is exactly what I want to be drinking in that kind of environment. So, yeah, tasty, well made, clean for, you know, a Gose Berliner. The only thing I would go is a little bit more Berliner than Gose because I'm not really getting a salinity minerality thing to it. Slightly, but it's not overt. Nothing wrong with that, but it's not. Sometimes the line between the Gose and the Berliner is a little bit blurry. This one's closer to that line than being a very heavily salted one. Not that I want a ton of salt on it, but just drinking it makes me think of a bit more of a Berliner than a Gose. Now, I was talking about that Luden's cough drop kind of. It's almost like a brightness would be the most generic term. I know salinity kind of elevates that, so it makes sense in that aspect. But yeah, I dig it. I think she's tasty. I'm a fan. So let's talk about it. Is it one of the better Goses I've had as of late? Actually, yeah. A lot of the Goses, a lot of Berliner stuff like that, people are like pastryifying them, putting all kinds of different things in them. So you don't see a lot of like base Goses nowadays as far as that goes. And I think this is a base Gose. I don't think there's an added fruit to it. There could be. But I think this is all kind of derived just from natural yeast and stuff like that. If just a little bit of something in there, no big deal. But it's nice, it's vibrant and expressive, but at the same time drinkable. I dig it. Value and availability, no idea. It's New Park. I believe it's brewery only. And don't know their pricing structure. Maybe Steve can chime in and let us know what's what and leave you with, if you like what you like this beer. If you like traditional style Gose and you want something just a notch more elevated as far as impact goes, it tastes a bit new school, but it does have a hefty dose of old school with it. So it's nice, tasty. It's not super mineral, super salty. So if that tends to be something that's a little bit too heavy for you, it might not be in this one. And if you just like, kettle sour crushers, this will do you proper. There you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. If you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a little summer crusher right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.